What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. We are back at it again after a long Halloween weekend. I hope you all did something really fun, walked away from this crazy market for just a few days and did some fun stuff with your friends, family, whoever, and that you're doing okay today. It's a little bit of a precarious day here in crypto, and I think we're all feeling it. In fact, I think it's been one of the most difficult bull runs psychologically yet, because of the slow bleeds on the altcoins, because so many more people are exposed to altcoins versus Bitcoin. And yet it's interesting because even with all of this sentiment and the doom and gloom on the timelines, Bitcoin's still holding strong above 100K for right now. And so we've got a lot of updates to get into, but just to tackle the title right away, Bitcoin crash or correction or market cycle top. I feel a little bit about like a broken record talking about this because I still have the same viewpoint as I did last week, even though it seems we're still in the eye of the storm. We're still right there trying to weather that storm. Remember, surviving is thriving in these markets. And the longer it goes on, the slower the bleed, the harder it is for people and the easier it is for people to give up. So what we're going to dissect on this stream, just like we did last week, is where we're at on Bitcoin. We're going to look at that monthly close from October and what we could be looking at for the rest of this year. I strongly believe that even if we have a little bit of a tough time here in November, that there is a chance we could recover and see those new all-time highs by the end of the year. I don't necessarily think the top is in. I mean, I don't think that at all until I start to see confirmation of it. So I'm going to present to you guys again just some charts to see where we're at, because it doesn't matter how I feel or what I think based on my thesis. All that matters is what the chart's showing and what the facts are telling us, right? So as of right now, I'm going to give you guys all the scoop on that with Rob. We're going to get him up here. Also, wow, those of you who are in the Hive Discord, which the link is in the description below, it's open to everyone only until November 6th, and then we're going to close it. Rob and all of the talented analysts are giving free setups right now, and two of them or three of them or all of them, I think, actually popped off. All the setups from the Hive, or majority of them, popped off over the weekend. It was pretty spectacular. While the rest of the market was pretty much ranging or doing nothing or going down, right? So really, really interesting weekend for those of you who are paying attention in the Hive Discord for free. So if you're not there yet, sign up in the link in the description below, as well as the BYDFI deposit bonus of 50%, starting at $100 and then onward. We still have that deal until the end of the week. We got them to extend one more week by popular request from our members. So that fire deal is still on, guys. Let's dig right into it. Okay, we're going to get into the news because, yeah, it's red out there, guys. It's bloody out there. It's hard. Let me know what you guys are thinking, how you're feeling. Brian, what's up? You're first. And yes, I'm back. We never left, Brian. We never left. We never will. We're not going home. Graham, what's up? Welcome to the show. What's happening to the altcoins? Good time to DCA if you can. That is right. I strongly believe or agree with you, Graham, that it is a good time to dollar cost average. The problem is that a lot of people don't have cash at these points to do so. And so it's just feeling the pain of opening your profile and watching it go down and down and down. And I get that that's difficult for people. If anything, too, I think that it is a lesson for us going forward that we should include Bitcoin in a long-term portfolio where we set it and forget it, or at least that's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm focusing more on accruing the Bitcoin through the altcoin gains over time. So that's something that I've been focusing on a lot more this cycle. Brian said, not worth buying, not buying, but not worth selling. Exactly. We're just sort of in the middle. We're in limbo. Limbo is the worst place to be, right? You did buy last week with a down over 50%. I mean, well, I don't know what kind of altcoins you're buying, but man, yeah, it's hard out there. I understand, you guys. Zcash, that's another thing we're going to go over today, is the narratives on the altcoins that are hot. A lot of the altcoins that popped over the weekend were privacy coins or old dinosaur coins. We're going to look at what is happening there. So yes, more pain to go for sure, says Richard. I know that you're of the camp, Richard, that you think we could be entering a bear market. And, there are no absolutes, and we don't rule that out. But on this channel, we're going to be going over the facts. So we're going to do that again today, guys. And on that note, I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the news that could have been, the reason for why this market is so volatile right now. But first, to set the tone, to start this Monday off strong, I just want to play a quick 5-second clip for you, okay?
Will we be number one in crypto? Crypto has turned out, and in that.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Crypto's turned out
Oh
to
my
be a
goodness.
massive industry, if you want to call it that.
This is
I
what I
only
want you
care
to hear.
about one thing. Will we be number one in crypto? Crypto has turned out, and in that sense, I've been right. Crypto's turned out to be a massive industry, if you want to call it that. And I'm very proud to say that we are far and away ahead of China and everybody else. Now, China's getting in.
So I just want you to hear crypto is his number one priority. Okay. This is why I stay focused and why I keep thinking long term, even if we have a mini interim bear market, I don't think we're anywhere near the top yet. And that we got a lot of gas left in the tank, right? So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to go over some of the news that could be affecting the market. China, let's dig into this now. So I want to start here. Okay. As you know, President Trump had this meeting with President Xi, and Trump says he'd love to reduce tariffs on China by another 10%. We are currently in the negotiation part, I believe, really close to getting to that deal. Treasury Secretary Bessent meets with Singapore Prime Ministers to increase crypto adoption. I mean, we've got all this stuff going on in the background. President Trump says the trade deal with China will be long lasting. Okay, there's a lot of big news that came out today, actually. This is from Halloween, right after our stream, or we didn't stream on Halloween, so I'm just catching you guys up. And they said they plan to sign the trade deal over the coming week. So brace yourselves. We could have a really volatile week. But if we do start to get some of these really bullish catalysts, we could recover possibly in a big way. Steak and Shake announces the creation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. All payments received in Bitcoin will be placed in our SBR. That's pretty bullish. I mean, that's pretty crazy that a chain is building up a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And this is a restaurant chain, okay? Countries are going to be doing this. Sovereign wealth funds are going to be doing this. And it's going to create that imminent supply shock, okay? I'm just going over some of the news. Of course, we got Jim Cramer's got to wait until Monday for a bounce. The infamous inverse call. Thank you, Jim Cramer, for all the blood in the market today. Yep, I think he had something to do with it. Treasury Bessent says 17 years after the white paper, Bitcoin network is still operational and more resilient than ever. Bitcoin never shuts down. But you know what shuts down? Our government. We are in one of the longest shutdowns in history, and it's now set, it seems, to carry on through December 1st, through Thanksgiving. And yeah, the system is kind of broken, you guys. I mean, not kind of, it really truly is. I'm gonna show a tweet in just a second that really nails it on the head. But I just want to continue on some of these other facts. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Orange is the color of November. Of course, these guys have rules, and they're doubling down when we get these red days. Treasury Bessent says the Fed should continue to cut rates, so he's really pushing lots of pressure on the Fed to cut rates. And there's a lot of interesting news. So I'm going to get to some of that, but this is one of them, okay? CEO Jensen Huang says NVIDIA is going all in on bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. It's great for our business. It's great for America. Everybody wins. That is very, very big news. That's very big news. And so this new trade deal ensures that NVIDIA can compete in the Chinese market, which is big because they have quite a lead right now, as it seems. So then we got a lot of liquidations happening today, almost 150 million worth of liquidations. President Trump says he only cares about one thing. Will we be number one in crypto? That's kind of a very bullish thing, you guys. I don't know about you, but I just don't get the sentiment of, and I'm going to show you a few more screenshots of why I still feel that there's room left in the tank, okay? So let's just go on a little bit. This was huge news as well. Amazon rallied almost 6% on this news, announced a $38 billion partnership with OpenAI. And I just believe we're just getting started with AI. There's so many talks of AI bubbles and things happening now, but I just feel like it's so much different than what happened with the internet boom that you can't really compare where we are now to the dot-com boom, in my opinion. So this weird name, Goolsby says there is still a golden path for the U.S. economy. And this is interesting because that's what Watcher Guru reported, that there's still a golden path. That's what they took out of his speech. Yet other news outlets, they talked about other things like not decided for what happens at next Fed meeting. And these are a few key takeaways, okay? I believe the place rates will settle is a fair bit below current levels. Golden path, still possible. Rates should come down. Okay, there is a lot of sort of dovish talk here, but then I'm not decided for what happens at the next Fed meeting. Okay, there's a lot of they really just don't know what's happening. Here's another negative sentiment. Fed's Goolsby hesitant on December rate cut amid inflation concerns. Yet I want to take you to this tweet, okay, by the Kobisi letter. If you don't follow them, you should. They put some really interesting information out there, and it says most people don't realize how bad it is. In the first 30 days of the shutdown, the U.S. government borrowed over 600 billion of debt. That's an average of 19 billion per day. And since the shutdown began on October 1st, so we've had over a month of this, okay, over 3.2 million airline passengers experienced cancellations or delays. And if the shutdown persists through Thanksgiving, this number could exceed 10 million people. The U.S. is now on track for a 61-day shutdown, which is 7.5 times longer than average. All labor market crumbles and the Fed all as the labor market crumbles and the Fed cuts rates amid a complete data blackout. This system is broken. That's it. The system is broken. So the 61-day shutdown would almost double the record. All right. Like things are happening in the background that like they're inexplicable, and it's really very concerning. And this is just another sentiment thing, okay? Every market cycle ends with euphoria, not fear. We've already seen the euphoria in gold, 9 straight weeks of green candles. We haven't seen that kind of move in Bitcoin. And then he puts the Wall Street cheat sheet. I don't know if you can see it, but he puts it right behind it. Shows gold shooting up to euphoria, while Bitcoin is down here around optimism. It's kind of interesting to describe this market as optimistic right now, but I suppose that's where we could be because people are still in it at the end of the day. But I just want to take you through a few more things. This is very bullish. Nancy Pelosi will not seek re-election next year. It seems she's been pressured potentially by the Trump administration not to continue. So that's looking good. This is interesting. Odds of Bitcoin falling under 100K this month rise to 52% on Polymarket. My thoughts on that is if Bitcoin were to have a wick down into the mid 90s, as long as we didn't get any significant closures down around there, that'd be an excellent time to buy, in my opinion. And, maybe a healthy place to start putting the next base, hopefully back above 100K. So these are all the big things that have been happening in the market, guys, since we've been gone. I just wanted to catch you up on all of those because yeah, it's decision time for Bitcoin. And a lot of people are talking about the 4-year cycle. Is that still intact? Well, if it were, maybe the date for the top was in October. And on that note, guys, I'm going to bring Rob up and we're going to get talking on the charts. Rob, what's up?
Nothing too much. How you doing?
Oh, good. We're just talking news, looking at the market. A lot of red. A lot of people are in fear, to put it like that.
Well, there's no reason to be in fear, in my opinion.
No. The voice of reason.
The reason is because you should be prepared for whatever happens. You should always have a plan for whatever's going to happen and always be ready for the opposite to happen as well, too. One of my trading rules, I think I might have posted in group. If not, I'll post it in group today, is never the first thing you should always look at is the downside toward the trade that you're going for. Never look at the upside first. So you always prepare for the downside for whatever direction you're trading in, and be prepared for it, whatever way it goes. I used to work out in the ocean and stuff like that back a long time ago. I used to work with my dad was a tugboat captain. I got trained up to be a tugboat captain, stuff like that. And as a tugboat captain, we were always taught that you look at every negative bad scenario that can happen and you plan for it, because if you don't, your crew members may die because of a bad choice that you make. And I kind of think of trading the same way.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So
you could blow up your portfolio if you don't plan for these rainy days. Have some runway. Understand, what plan B is if plan A doesn't work out. I like that.
Or if you're a DCA, then you're getting great opportunities at DCA. And then it just depends on what your plans are. As you guys all know, my trading rules are underneath the 9, be very careful. Don't go long, go short, or don't trade and leave trades if you're in a trade. If it's an investment, I don't have any advice on that one because I don't do any investment advice. But as a trader, the opportunity to leave was whenever we closed underneath 1-day 9s.
Right.
So,
no, interesting. That 1-day 9, guys, we've seen it play out. We're actually going to share the setups, that the bangers that Rob posted over the weekend that you could have been in and made money in during this crazy, boring and down market, right? So it's really like it's a no-brainer to sign up to the Discord and start honing in on your skills today. And the link is in the description below, guys, for the Hive. And we have a few more comments here. Peter's still spot hodling. Patience pays. It does. And the impatient hands transfer to the patient hands every single time. That is tried and true. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance looks like it wants to fill the wick and head higher. Yeah, we'll be looking at Bitcoin dominance today and see where we're at, see if anything significant has changed on all of the charts that we're looking at for top indicators, just to get an idea of what's going on. And as Rob said, there shouldn't be fear. There should just be a plan. And I like that. And on this channel, we're trying to help you understand how to come up with that plan, mainly for trading on this channel, but also for long-term investing, which I will do more of on pre-recorded videos. And we want to teach you as many skills as possible.
Yeah, even like the skill of when you're going to DCA, set alerts above the 1-day 9. Whenever it closes above it, it's probably a good time to DCA because you're probably not going to get lower. But as we're underneath it, there's a probability of getting lower and getting to a higher support. Me, look at very high time frames of demand zones, and if you want to place limit, I'm a very on spot. I'm very big at using limit buys. I don't watch spot charts. I always use limit buys. So I typically put my limit buys at the bottom of demand zones, and they get filled. It usually get an alert to go off. It usually gets at least a good bounce there, and I can put stop losses in. I don't.
Interesting. That's a really good tip. Very good tip.
Yeah, so that's something else as well too. So learning how to do that as well too. So I can go ahead. We could go into the Discord first, or do you want to go? Right. Let me look at the cycle top indicators on.
Well, let's check out the bangers first. Let's go there because I want people to understand what is actually happening in this group that, Rob and his analysts are posting setups for you for free right now. It's pretty wild, you guys. So we're going to show you now some of those setups that played out. And later on in the stream, we're going to get into the retest because guess what? Those of you who are watching and listening, you have the chance to potentially get into that setup before it takes off again. All right. So we're just basically giving this to you on a silver platter. Of course, you have to learn how to fish. You have to take action. You have to decide if you want to get in, but we're showing you how, where to do that at. So if we're ready now, I will share the screen. Okay. You're up, Rob?
Yes. Go ahead and share it. Ready?
Yep. It's up.
All right. So one of the ones that we called out was ZK.
But it's still a mirror effect. I don't know if you've clicked on the window. Yeah, you might have to click on one of the top of the windows or just reshare your screen.
My computer is acting funny today.
Yeah, I'll just remove it and you can go ahead and reshare it. And we'll go ahead and have a look at that in 1 minute. All right.
Technical difficulties, everybody.
Yeah, it happens. But what we're going to show you is worth the wait, guys. We're going to show you all the pingers. No, it's still a mirrored effect.
Why would it be doing that this time?
I'm not too sure. But we really need Rob's charts up because people are wondering what's going on and they can't handle the suspense of the technical difficulties. But yeah, I'm not sure. So my screen is off. Okay, hold on. I think I know. There we go. Technical difficulty solved. We did it. Okay, so let's check out some of these bangers, all right, that played out over the weekend since we didn't since Thursday, right? Because we had been streaming on Friday.
Yeah, actually, this one played out on Saturday. I posted the chart on Saturday at 7:46 a.m. while my kids were all hung over from eating candy all night. So let's go in here. So this was a small time frame 4-hour chart, and it said look for break here. And what a break means is if it gets closed above it and a retest it, you can sit there and start putting entries on there. And I was also looking for a retest of the SMA 50, which technically already happened, but sometimes you'll get a double retest. And then I also said breakout above this level will be a buy. Typically, I put green lines on my chart where potential buy areas are at. So that was zoomed in. Then after that, so people knew what we were looking at, I zoomed out to the 1-day time frame, and we were looking at breaking the 1-day 9. This is a special oscillator I have, but all the other oscillators were bullish on it. We were moving the 1-day 9, and we had a nice spike of volume. That there is very important. And I knew with the Zcash and all other stuff going pumping, those were all privacy tokens, and this was a privacy token as well too. Something to do with the privacy, everything that was going on in that. So this was just in there showing how strong a move we can have, and we did actually. After we posted that, as you can see, my alert went off. I showed you, I put alerts on stuff. So I even tried showing you guys what I do. This is a cell phone chart because I don't sit there and watch the chart that, hey, this TP right here hit, that we had a giant strong move. Wait a second. No, that was wrong. That was Zen. Sorry, that wasn't Zen.
Yeah, that was Zen, but that was also another huge move that happened on one of the setups over the weekend in the free group, guys.
Yeah, so
So
whenever this alert went off, actually what I did was take profits, and this was Zen. So let's go ahead. That was one that was posted before up in that was
yeah,
posted on the 31st. So this was Zen. I was saying when I go back and forth a little bit. So right here I said Zen SMA 50 retest best entry. And that actually did come back down, retest the SMA 50 here. So you got to know what that kind of stuff is. And I also put this line right here. So we came back down, but we didn't make little squiggies on our way up. We just went straight up after that SMA 50 retest. As you can see right here, boom. That was a measured move, and we hit take profit. That's when you saw my alerts go off. And I actually took that profit and I sold it, and I rolled it into my ZK trade. And next, we're going to go find our ZK, which you can sit there and see. After that broke right there, 24% in one. Was that a 4-hour candle? And as you can see, it's a cell phone chart. Why? Because I don't sit there and watch the trades all day. I can keep up with the chart I already made on my computer with a cell phone. I make a plan, then I just execute on my phone.
right.
That's how you have to kind of do it whenever you have a outside life.
Right. Yeah. And that's for most people listening. You don't want to be babysitting the charts. You don't want to have to sit there and watch alerts and stare at screens for hours. This is a very active way to integrate this into your lifestyle, right? To potentially have another form of income. And if you're paying attention and you're really watching the setups that, we've been giving you access to on this channel and in the Hive Discord, you really have had, access to really valuable information here. So this setup has popped off, and later in the stream, I think we'll go over where we're at now and where the retest entries might possibly be. So if you're on the show again and you're watching again, you might have another opportunity to get in and take action this time.
Yep, definitely. So we hit the main take profit right here. That was the first one, which was a 94% move. I think it even went up higher after that, but I took profits there. And now I'm going to be looking for the pullback entry on it, which I think I already got a little bit in. I have to double check on it. But even if you're a spot trader, what you almost 2x right there, right in that zone, you can sit there and just take out your initial and let the rest run as well too. That's also a very good strategy if you're a spot trader and you don't have much time to watch charts. And that's actually what I think I did. I think I just sat there and removed. So say you put $10,000 in or $5,000 in or $1,000 in, you double it, take the $1,000 out or whatever you initially put in and leave 1,000 in. And then it's just then you own that free and clear. That's a good spot strategy as well too. So even if it went to zero, you didn't lose anything because you took out your initial. It's a good way to look at it in that way. So
and the rest is house money. Yeah.
What's that?
I like that. The rest is house money, right? That you're leaving in there.
House money. It's house money. It's free tokens. Whatever you sell it at after that is profit.
Right. Absolutely. I like it.
All right. So that's what we're gonna be looking for next is that. And then Clanker, we're watching Clanker again. It hit all of our TPs, and now we're looking for that 76 pullback. So now it's pulling back. I posted on them there. And I said I'm even putting limit buys at $35. I don't know if it'll hit it or not. I have alerts set on it just in case it does start pumping beforehand. But usually when I get these when I put at the 786 fib retracement, that's from you pull from here to here. That's whenever I put limit buys at the very lowest one, so I don't miss it. I'm pretty big on doing that.
All right. So another tip. So we've had 3 tips today so far to have more success in your trading. And what I love is how Rob keeps it simple. And these tips aren't just for trading. They can also be for getting better entries on your DCA, for, whatever your style may be. They are all very good strategies.
Oh yeah, 100%. I could give one more big tip later. Potentially.
All right. We're here for it. We're here for it in this Monday. Everybody who's here, you guys are winners. You got this. You got this because you're tuning in when everybody is tuning out. And that's why, very few do win in this market because it's hard. It's hard to keep the emotions in check, but this is how you do it. You show up every single day.
Yep, 100%. So one of the biggest tips I can give is make a trading email to send your alerts to so you don't miss your alerts and give it a different ringtone.
Wow, I like that. I like that a lot.
Such a simple thing. And I used to miss my alerts all the time because it always was like my emails going off and I started ignoring my email and stuff like that. And if you have TradingView, which I definitely highly suggest to get, if you don't have TradingView and get the paid version, which is probably a Black Friday sale coming up soon. So be ready for that. And you set your alerts on it and you have it sent to your email, which your email's on your phone. And then once you set the ringtone for that email to a different ringtone. So that way it alerts you, that one there, hey, it's a money-making email.
I like it. The money-making sound. I like that a lot.
So that there has been the biggest life changer for me because I would always miss my alerts due to they blended with all my other alerts.
Exactly. No, so you're changing the sound on the emails. That's a good tip as well.
Yep. All right, so another banger that we basically posted, which hasn't gone too far yet, but this was ICP. It just got a lot of volume. And whenever I sit there and start mentioning volume on a chart, those are typically the one, because I'll put multiple charts on. Do I know which one's going to go? No, I'm not an insider where I know certain things. I just know what the chart's talking to me. And this one, I think ICP is still holding up even strong today. I don't think we got a full retest just yet.
Right.
But whenever I start mentioning volume, those are the charts you want to play, that you want to start focusing on. I think ZK had good volume, ZEN had good volume, and they're still all holding up strong today. So that there, and I also zoomed out and said it just looks like a strong move. You can see this giant potential double bottom being put here. Oh, kids are home, and it has a potential move up to the upper trend line. So if it gets up to the upper trend line, you can sit there and just move your stops and profit and see what happens, or you can take profits and look for another higher low or something. So it's still looking strong. Even I looked at it today, spot wise, still looking strong, not pulling back near as much. I have yet to check news for ICP, but I like the chart of it. Looks good, and it's holding strong during this pullback. And typically, something that's holding strong during this pullback, there's usually a reason why before it, and they usually have the biggest moves.
Oh yeah, you got to look for the strength when the markets have these kind of days, and that really is telling as to the setups that could have like a lot of continuation afterward, or able to like weather the storm. So yeah, all of the picks that have been here have been fairly decently holding up.
Either hit profits or they're staying basically close to break even. None of them is really retracing very much. The only one I would say that I posted that I'm actually upside down on, because I didn't put stops on it just yet, because I want a DCA on it, is this one right here. I put limit buys at $1.04, and it's down underneath $1. That's ASTER, the one that CZ's buying. So
yeah,
I might be okay to DCA in this one a little bit. So
right. So are you scaling in on spot, or are you trading leverage?
I trade on leverage. I'm scaling on spot. So I'm going to do both of it. Usually my leverage, whenever I trade something with leverage, my TPs are just a little bit small or less, and I'm more active on my stops. I had to go to sleep, so I was, with how the market conditions are, I wasn't. Sometimes I'll do limit buys with leverage, but in these market conditions, I'm not doing leverage buys with limit buys. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. No, because the market is still a little bit shaky, and we could see further down action. In fact, one of the titles was 100K Bitcoin retrace and then blast off after that, or is this the Bitcoin market cycle top? So I think that would be a good time to transition on over to Bitcoin and see what is happening there, because whatever's happening with Bitcoin is what will be happening with your altcoins. So let's have a look.
All right, so how about I take it off from what I think, or what I believe, or what the charts are showing me, and let's just see what some of the crypto market cycle indicators are telling us. These are cycle top indicators right here. So the crypto cycle top indicators, some of them are only up 30%, which means they haven't hit where they need to go. The pi cycle top, the miners right here, the rainbow chart, and there's also another 30 as of right here, and none of them are sitting there saying cycle top just yet. So all these X's means none of them have been triggered. So we haven't had one normal cycle top trigger in here. So it's not just us saying that, hey, cycle top isn't in. It's that if you want to use, instead of using feelings or what people say, and you want to use data, the data here is telling us that the cycle top is not in just yet. Now, you don't need them all to sit there and say, yes, cycle top's in. So what are these kind of like used for? These are multiple indicators or signals used by traders to try to predict the cycle, predict the top of the crypto market cycle. None of these indicators is perfect. Each have strengths and weaknesses. Instead, experienced traders tend to look for multiple confluence. I mean, I add the word confluence in there because we use that word a lot. Signals that are suggesting for the same or similar things. CMC's market cycle signals are designed to bring several of these indicators together in one easy to understand place. This page highlights the pi cycle top, the Bitcoin rainbow, and the Bitcoin miners one. Sorry.
Yeah. Interesting. So absolutely none of these market cycle top indicators have fired off. Zero, guys. Zero.
MVRV score, which I think is another minor one. There's some that I've never even heard on here. I might actually try making some charts based off of these. I'm gonna actually look into doing that, like the 3-month analyzed ratio, the MicroStrategy's average $74,000 is their dollar cost average.
Wow, that's pretty down there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, okay, so let us know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Are you looking to learn how to trade? Are you trading? Are you just chilling and waiting, hodling? Now is the time. Even if you get started with a very small amount, you take advantage of the BYDFI deposit bonus down there. Even if you just deposit $100, you get 50 on the house to trade with, and you can start small and just try to double it. Right. And have a small goal while you have your portfolio accumulating on the side, right? Your spot portfolio. So now is the time to get started and to try to, learn these skills.
100%. There's no bad time to learn, because even if you can learn how to short right now and make some extra money. We had some shorts posted in group and we made some money off a short. We had a short on FET and we made some money off of that today. So never a bad time to learn and make money.
Yes. Yes. So let's see these levels on Bitcoin now. Let's see how low can we go basically and still maintain structure. What are we looking at here?
I mean, nothing. We haven't hit $102,908, which is where the SMA 50 is at. And the bottom of this trend line, that's where these interject right here. I changed the weekly SMA 50 to every chart for right now on this right here, so we can see exactly where it's at. So right now we actually have yet to bearishly retest and stay under the 1 week SMA 200 as well too. So we're playing Dancing Queen. This Dancing Queen is hitting our alts extremely hard right now. That's the only issue I think people are having right now is Bitcoin. Very little change. We do have a day. We have a daily bearish chotch, but we had a bullish chotch before that. So chotch means change of character. When you have a change of character, a bearish, then bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. What that means is accumulation. When you start getting them like that, it means you're accumulating sideways. It means that you're just in sideways price action. It usually gets everybody wrecked because you're not trending no more. And a lot of people are trying to trade a trend, not sideways price action. Right. Now, yeah, so right now, nothing big has changed. We're still holding key support levels, and we haven't even kissed the SMA 50 yet in the weekly SMA 50. So the Bitcoin pullback right now isn't really that big. It isn't really that devastating at all, in my opinion.
Right. I think it feels devastating to people because of the altcoins, right?
100%.
But nothing has really changed for Bitcoin since we reported on it last week. I mean, we had a decent monthly close, I believe, and we're just here now in this chop consolidation range that feels painful because people are wondering. It's the combination of the alts being hit hard and people wondering if the cycle top is in or not. Right? That fear or that uncertainty of, are we going to go all the way down now? Are we going to have a year's worth long of bear market? That's why there's so much fear out there. But the charts are telling you that Bitcoin is still okay. I mean, it's still holding strong above 100K. We haven't gone down to that 50-week moving average. Even Peter here says, still holding above the 50-week. I'm on a weekly basis, I remain optimistic. Yeah, I mean, so Robert, so no alt season. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm actually saying that, or if you're of the opinion that Bitcoin has not yet seen its blow off top and gold has, seen a sort of a peak and a blow off top and all of the other bullish factors that we talked about on this channel, I believe altcoins could have another run up too, as long as, Bitcoin does make another move higher. Right. And even if it's not, some of the altcoins are still popping off in these conditions. So I believe we're going to get another run up for the alts. And actually, total 2, I think it was, or 3, is looking like a very, very bullish structure in the ascending triangle. So I think that we could see another pretty big move up for altcoins. Clash is holding strong. All right, we might have to look at Clash. Could you please look at ETH and Sol, says Peter. Okay, let's see if we get there today. We did want to go over all of the banger setups that Rob gave on last week's lives and around through the weekend on how to get those entries. And if we have time, Peter, we'll definitely look at ETH and Sol. But here we are back on the Bitcoin 1 week.
So yeah, this is just a special indicator that I have. That just is a color. These are colored candles, and these my candles will change colors based on how the chart's performing. Green's bullish, red's bearish, purple's neutral or going into reversal or something like that. So you can sit there and see that we haven't even turned purple yet on Bitcoin. We haven't turned red yet. And we're still in this blue cloud right here is a trend chaser, which it flipped red one time, which if it goes down hard enough, you'll see like a little spike come out right here. Then it'll act as resistance. But right now we're going into that blue cloud, which is typically this whole bull run has been your best entry for Bitcoin every time. Once we flip blue, every time we touch that on a weekly time frame, that's always been the best buy, which we're now just hitting it. So lots of confidence that we're going into the best buy zone for Bitcoin for the next leg up, as long as these levels, as long as this all holds. Now we close underneath it, which is about 99,323. Might be a different story. You'll have to come back, and that's if you're taking entry down in here. Let's just say you're going to do a Bitcoin trade, your risk to reward should be extremely good. So if you're a Bitcoin trader, why am I not finding it? There we go. So say you get an entry in right here. Say we do go a little bit lower, and you're going for, let's say, $130,000 for your next take profit. You can sit there and put your stop losses underneath there, because I don't think we have ever even wicked underneath it. Your risk to reward, you're looking for a 4% loss to a 30% gain. Then if it goes up to like the next level or something like that, and you use following stops, you have up to 50 to 2x gains, depending on how high it goes after that. Which if it's like Pi Cycle Top, it's Pi Cycle Top right now is 205,000. So
all right. So we got a lot of confluence, but in the risk is to the upside direction, I would say. So until we start closing below those pivotal levels, there's nothing telling us we're in a bear market, and nothing telling us that this is the top of the cycle. That's just that. So it could be one of the best entries you'll get in the rest of what remains of this bull run, while other people are fearful and selling. We're looking at the facts, and these are what the facts are telling us as of right now. So that's
all right. I'm going to go into one of my other charts here. That's we'll see what this looks like here. We're looking for a pivot. Let me go. There's a 3-day I was looking at. So right now this is the others.d. And so this is like the others chart, but it's the dominance of others, which is the dominance of altcoins. And right now, I posted this in group. This is a very big, we need to hold this trend line. We touched it once here, touched it twice here and bounced. And now we're retesting now. We're underneath of it. This is a 3-day chart, but we have yet to have a candle close underneath it. So we need this candle. This candle closes in 2 days and 3 hours. So 2 days from now, we'll come back to this and see where we're at. But right now, we are moving underneath it. Does not mean it's broken down yet. So this is what we're looking for: the candle close, to close back above this trend line, then retest it, and then potentially get a nice higher move on it. And that's what we're basically looking for in this chart. And if we do that, altcoins will have a good run to it. If they end up breaking this trend line up here, then it's a massive alt season. But
then it's lights out, blue skies.
Yeah. But this here could potentially, if we hold this trend line here and we start pivoting up, we get that confirmed pivot, which we can go ahead and look at our indicators to help see if we're going to get close to a pivot. We're on the floor on all the indicators. We're getting some buy signals on this special one here, and then we're basically looking for that bullish crossover on the Stochar side. We're looking for the histograms to keep getting lighter on the MACD. So we're just looking for that pivot right here. We get that, altcoins are going to be looking good after this.
Right.
But if we
don't, that's a pretty good answer to Richard's question. Is the altcoin season still on? I mean, if you're playing this trade, I mean, potentially we're on the bottom of a trend line of a falling wedge.
Yep.
Right.
That has a 68% chance of breaking to the upside. If it doesn't break to the upside, then it's a pretty simple answer that, hey, we might get a lower entry on something, and we just wait.
Right. So, but still, risk reward upside, right? Like this is all like telling us that we could get another. We have more room to run in the tank. We have more narrative, bullish catalysts to come out. I believe from Trump, from the administration, from all the legislation, for all the stuff that I continue to tell you guys about each and every stream. And all of these charts show that things are pretty much on the bottom, right? Building a foundation.
Building foundation on a bottom trend line. And like right now, this is where people get, like, this is the biggest mistake in trading that people always make. They'll sit there and they'll look at this right here, And this is a 3-day chart, and this goes for any trade on altcoins or Bitcoin or anything like that. And they'll be looking at this, they'll be like, it's going underneath the line, it's breaking down, it's broken down. And no, it has not broke down yet. It doesn't confirm a breakdown until the candle closes. And we have, what is it? I said 2 days till the candle closes on this one here. So there's 2 days of waiting to see what this chart tells us to do. Right now, it's just, you don't do anything technically. You just wait, and you have to wait for the candle close to see where this candle closes. Then after the candle closes, you're going to get you potentially will have a green candle. You have another 3 days to wait to see if that green candle has a bearish retest or a bear trap. So there's a potential 5 days of waiting for this chart to give us a good signal of what we should do.
Right. So potentially by Friday, we'll have more information, if not by Monday for you guys. But like, hang tight in the meanwhile. Hang tight and just keep tuning into these streams.
Yep, and I'll be watching it. So if it happens on Friday or Saturday, if it's not by the time we do the video, I'll be posting and I'll do the update on it in group as well too. So get in the group.
Right, get in the group. That's the message. Get in the group now, guys. No time to waste. It is critical. Levels are critical, and risk is to the upside, and that's what we're looking out for right now.
Yep. So what chart do we want to look at next? That's pretty much on my indicator charts that I want to show today.
Right. And you guys, like, there is fear right now in a bull market, right? That's just like the simplest indicator there is I think Rob says it a lot. You buy when others are, I mean, it's a very famous saying, buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. And that's just like tried and true. Yeah.
This right here's my fear chart. So this is down in the high fear. You're getting a buy signal why it's in fear. And my institutional smart money positions are actually open up longs as well too. This is saying. So that's what this chart's all based on. It helps you time when to buy the fear and when not to buy the fear. This is my own personal setup right here. But right now we're getting down this low area on Bitcoin, getting the green buy signal. This is a 12-hour chart, and we're in the fear area. One day has a little more room to go, but we are flipped, so that way we are getting close to it and in neutral. And then we can just go to the main cycles of it as well too. Fear and greed index. Let me see if it flips over. Yeah, right now we're at 36 fear. So
all right, there you go, guys. 36. It's I don't know, in a bull market, I feel like we've been in a fear, an extreme fear, and then fear again. Also, don't forget, after that liquidation event, 19 billion, right? It takes a while for markets to recover. It's not just like it's going to be a V-shaped recovery and back up into, blue sky breakouts. It's going to take a little while to consolidate here. But I don't think that should be mistaken for, never going to have a run or that market cycle over. That's all I'm saying.
100%. How long is it going to take? We don't know. But also, too, just finding the right tokens like ZK and the privacy tokens, ZEN. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and look at some of those charts now. So some do actually get to take off really well. And so ZEN, that was one that took off that we had in group. It hit take profit. And I believe I put in there that we were looking for a retest. And I don't even think we got the full retest on it. It didn't even pull back to where I had limit buy set. So I did take a little buy. So I saw a trend line. I did take small entries on here, but I had limit buy set down here. And on this pullback, we're up 5% on the day on ZEN. So I even get my limit buys aren't even getting fills yet for some of the tokens that we're posting here because they're still holding up very strong. So ZEN, right now, this was just a bull flag breakout that probably hit take profit already on that move. But I'm looking for a potentially, hopefully, a stronger pullback on it to get entry. Let's go ahead and see if it hit measure move. So you do that from trend line to trend line. Breakout was right here. Yeah, so it basically hit take profit on here. So I'm not expecting to go higher just yet. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out to the 1 day time frame. Right there, 1 day 9. That's what I'm looking for. $14.49. I'm looking for it to touch that right there and get kissed. Oh, that's the 3 day 9. Sorry. That's estimate. Sorry, something changed on my chart. I got to change this up a little bit.
No worries. There we go. 1 day 9.
Yep, 1 day 9. So I think I have my entry. I was hoping for a wick underneath it probably to fill a fair value gap or something, and we didn't get that. So we barely came down to the 1 day 9, but there is a chance we come back down, double tap it with these market conditions. So there's no reason for me to chase it, in my opinion. And the breakout level, when I go out to the weekly here, and you look at this, this is a very bullish formation, very strong looking chart. We break above the 0.382 and retest it. That will be my next entry. So we need to break above that, hold it, and then I'll sit there and take entry around there. So a little bit higher. It's not that much higher, but it's only 30% higher than it is right now, but there is a potential chance to where I could get back and retest down in here and get that extra 22% to the downside buy. So this is a very strong token that we're waiting on to get a retest entry. But we did already, and all I'm doing is reinvesting gains because we bought down here and we took profit up here in about 2-3 candles and made significant gains on it. So we're just looking to compound them now at this point.
There we go. Compounding the gains. I like to hear it. Almaneem, what's up? Late to the party. That's okay. The altcoin party is just starting. You can rewatch the rest to see where Bitcoin's at and where we're at in this market cycle. But we're just going over some of the bangers from the Hive Discord that Rob posted over the weekend that you guys could have taken advantage of for pretty big gains. I know somebody said that they wish that they bought more Zen. Was that you, Brian? Somebody said that here. Well, guess what? Here's your entry on Zen. Here are the levels to look out for.
I mean, Zen, if you're looking to buy more Zen, I don't see why wishing to buy more or buy more. You can buy more because, oh, sorry. I know I just moved my, let me go ahead and move this. If we get to the top of this here, we're looking at a 440% move. And this is, look at the volume down beneath here. That's the one main thing you should be looking at. Look at this volume right here. A lot of strong buying volume coming in here. So we're looking at a potential 444%. If we go into price discovery, the fib level on it is the first fib level in price discovery is 8,000% from basically where we're at now almost. So maybe like 7,000%, somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000% from where we're at now. So that's a lot of upside. You're not late to the game on Zen. Trust me on that one there. And then how do you know if this trade doesn't work out? I'll make that real simple. This is a weekly SMA 200 right here. There you go. Draw a line on that. We close a weekly underneath that, or we go underneath that. Have your stop losses underneath that right here, about somewhere in this area. That's when you can just leave your trade and take a loss, or if it does there, maybe it'll come back down to $6 and you can entry lower or something. I mean, that's a pretty simple strategy right there.
Right. So that's if you're buying a spot on Zen. On
spot, yes. I'm not talking any leverage trades on here. So yeah, just on spot.
Right. Right. So you're potentially still in time to get a massive move here, almost to 10x, based on, if we go into price discovery. But either way, yeah, just getting started, even though it feels like it's at the top of the move because you're zoomed into smaller timeframes. So it's important to look and see the bigger picture as well.
And you can just sit there and see today, everything's pulling back really strongly. And this is up today. That tells you that people are buying. That doesn't tell you people are buying, or maybe it is, but it's also telling you that people aren't selling it. And there's a reason behind it. So
right. No, absolutely. It's looking really strong. So now you guys know where your entries are. Potentially even now, if you're spot buying and dollar cost averaging in. But yeah,
scale down and scale up as well too. Either way.
Yeah, that's right. So that's Zen for you. I don't know. Let's take a look at ZK because that's another one that was really strong. Rob gave that to you as well, and I believe that's pulled back a little bit more since we talked about it.
Yep. So I have limit buys already set on it. They have yet to get filled. We've had only a 40% pullback after our major 169% run, which we got 100%. We missed out 60% of it. We got 100% of it. So right now we've only had a small pullback. We got down to the 0.5 Fibonacci level. We bounced right off of it. So buyers are coming in on this token. And we came back up and we barely retest the 4-hour SMA 9. I'm still on the line, right? Yes, I am. All right. So you can see how this 9 held up the whole time on here. As soon as we lost it, we came back down further, came up, and we got rejected. So that's a good thing for me. I want to see a good golden pocket buy, which is underneath the 5, right around where the 4-hour SMA 200 is at, actually, which I just noticed that. So we want to see that buy rate in this zone here. So I'll probably put some limit buys here. Now I know that buyers are coming in. So if we get a wick down here, I get filled up. But I also have limit buys set down here. And these are from profits that I already taken in the trade. So I mean, me personally, I like buying 52% pullbacks. Those are usually my favorite pullback buys when you get in a strong token like this one here, but we might not get that. We might only get here. So I'm going to set some limit buys in this area. If it holds, I'll have to sit there and cancel these limit buys down here and add it up here. And then if we do keep on holding it, I'll be zooming into a lower time frame looking for a leverage trade as well too.
Right. No, very good, very good, very good. So we're looking at the 200 on the 4 hour, right?
Yep, on the 4 hour, which this is 6 hours, sorry. On the 4 hour, yes, the 4 hour right here, which is at 4 cents, 0.4239.
Okay, all right, there you guys go. That's one of your entries here. If you didn't get in when this was posted, this is potentially where you can start scaling in, or get in on that retest, man. Take action. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, or if you took profits, get ready to scale back in and compound those gains.
Exactly. So it's looking good. What's up, Cam and Jez? Clash is definitely holding strong. TA, appreciated. Yeah, we'll see if we get to Clash. Before then, we might want to have a look at ETH and Sol, which was previously requested. Maybe just a quick overview, just to see what is happening with ETH and Sol, because our large caps, that's where the money's going to flow to first. Other than all of the setups that Rob's been able to identify that are doing their own thing.
All right, so Sol hasn't changed very much since our last video. We're probably still in the same zone. We're now just reaching the head of my buy the dip guy. Why'd I put it there? I put white lines down in here, so my buy the dip guy's sitting on top where I want to buy the dip at. So I was hoping for this pullback that we're getting. So good. Let's go ahead. I think there was there we go. Yeah, so this bullish order block down here, it was a higher. We had some that's never gotten filled. I was hoping for it to happen during the FOMC meeting. So now we're going underneath here, and that's where I was actually potentially looking at hopefully buying the dip down in this area here. So just we're coming down the retest, and we're coming on to some strong supports. Nothing really much has changed. And let's look at the weekly. Yeah, there's a bunch of support right down in this area, and that's where I'm looking to buy here. Let's look at the weekly. So we're trying right now. We're going in. We're looking for that cross on the Stosh RSI, and we're getting our potential best buy the dip opportunity coming in here. And it seems like every time we get this down in this area, we come back down into this support where this white box I made. This is typically our best buying opportunities has been for every time we get in this area. So I'm just looking for the key support here. This is the weekly bullish change of character order block. We have a 3-day order block in that zone, a 1-day order block, and they just haven't been filled yet. And I think they just need to get filled. And that's what I'm waiting for.
So what price levels more or less are we looking at with those order blocks?
I'm looking anywhere from probably $154. I'll set my 1-day 9 alerts on it once we get down there, or I'll zoom into the 12-hour or 4-hour and potentially down to $100.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know, but once it breaks above the 9, that's when that's my cue to take entry.
There you go. It keeps it simple. It's a very simple strategy, and also it depends on what Bitcoin does, right? Maybe we get that $100 level of Bitcoin really goes down to 100K and scares everybody, and maybe we only get 150 if we don't get such a deep retracement. So those are things to look out for on Sol. Should we have a quick look at ETH?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right, Peter, let us know if you're still in the comments. We're going over ETH now.
All right, ETH. So we put that retracement on here. We're still retesting that trend line in higher time frames. My kids are out here giving me a hug. So we're looking at ETH right now. We are doing the retracement. We're testing the same level. We had that liquidation time on, the 0.382. We have yet to break underneath it. Let's look at volume. We are getting some volume spikes. We're coming down to the 1-day SMA 200. So we're just going to see if that 1-day 200 holds. If it does, that will probably be our local low. If it doesn't, we're probably going to do the fib retracement, and we're going to get down to that $3,000 area that I think we talked about last week whenever we were looking for that retracement area if that doesn't hold. So still the same game plan. We're retesting. If retest doesn't hold, we're looking for the retracement on the Fibonacci levels. Pretty simple. Right. And what we can do, basically, we stay underneath this level here. We could put alerts on. I'm going to do the 1-day 9. The 12-hour looks like it fakes out too much, and the 4-hour looks like it fakes out too much. So I wouldn't go lower than the 1-day SMA 9 close above it, is because the lower time frames are faking out way too much.
Right. A lot of noise there on those lower time frames. The 1 day is the sweet spot.
Yep, most time it is, but sometimes you can get away with going lower time frames. They get a more precise entry, especially if you're
Right.
using leverage. Where, I mean, if we dropped all the way down to $3,000, I would probably start zooming into the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame to sit there and see if I can nail a long entry.
There you go.
Now, if we
I like
want, we are getting a volume spike. If we break the 1-day SMA 200, you can do a short sell on it as well too, and we might have a quick drop down to here, down a little bit, $500, something like that. You can do a day trade or a scalp short as well too. We're too close to 200 to open up short right now though, unless we get a bounce up to 4,200, then reject. Then I could short it then, but
Right. No, that makes a whole lot of sense. Peter says, at this point, I'd just be happy if we get to 5,300 to 5,700 by end of year. Yeah, slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't think Ethereum is going anywhere. So I'm just looking for a good entry to buy more. That's what I'm looking for right now.
yep. I mean, personally, I never like giving time or like predictions on things. I like giving what scenarios I'm looking for next. That's usually the way I look at it. So if it drops down further, what can I do to make money, or should I wait to buy or something like that? So that's what I think that'd be a better way to kind of look at it. Like what, and then you also too, you're mentally prepared. If it comes down to this, the $3,000 mark, which is the 1 week 50 SMA, if it comes down and holds that, you're prepared for it. Like, oh, this is if it's hitting $3,000. You're hitting the 1 week SMA 50. That's a good strong support. You're prepared for that to happen. So mentally you're ready. And I think that's what a lot of people lack of also too in the crypto market is being ready for the sharp pullbacks. Like my one old mentor always say, if you can't handle 30% pullbacks, you can't handle crypto.
Right. Yeah. They're part of it. If you want those exponential gains, that 8x on Zen that Rob showed you earlier, you got to be able to stomach these pullbacks. And if you can't, then something's wrong. Maybe you're over leveraged, or you're not having a proper strategy. So I know that it's a lot of people's cases that they round trip from last cycle, or that they bought too high this cycle, and it's really painful right now. But just keep this as a mental note for when and you go back into profit. What will you do differently? Or how will you approach this differently? Will you have different skills that will help you get better entries and exits? That's our hope for you. And that's what we're going to try to teach you throughout this bull run.
Yep. And if you're a trader like me, you would have left right. This is where you would have left the trade. Right there, where you broke and bearishly retested the 1-day SMA 9, and now it's pointing down, and you would have saved yourself 15% of this pullback so far. So, and if you're not stomaching, if you don't like stomaching the pullbacks, then you're gonna have to come up with a simple strategy. And right here, this is a paid indicator, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. And let's go ahead. So right here, I'm gonna put let's go ahead and turn off my other indicators, and it's gonna make it really simple for people as well too. And this is a simple strategy. Let's go ahead and do a vertical line. So right there, and you can sit there and see how this was overbought right here, overbought. You look at the MACD, we had the MACD crossover. So right there could have been your sell signal. You could have front ran that sell signal with this Stosh RSI once we got this bearish cross right over here, and front ran the 1-day 9 if you really wanted to. But right there would have been to confirm, say, hey, I want to leave my long here. Could also have been a short entry as well too. So you've been making profit already in this on this short. You've been up 15% on 1x leverage, or you could have sat there and saved yourself 15% of this pullback, and you could be getting ready for a buy lower. So if it's something that is like, oh man, this is horrible, learn this simple strategy right here, which is ridiculously just simple. 1-day time frame. Don't zoom in. Just use the 1 day. You only got to check the chart once a day.
Right. So that is a simple strategy. And if you're a holder, then you just either wait and buy at better prices down here, or you just understand where to exit on a macro level, right? So that's for another show. But when do we get those macro indicators that this is definitely like over, right? Or do we have more room to run?
I mean, the macro indicators, I think, is Bitcoin. So we gotta wait.
Right.
Yep. So
yeah, the big daddy macro indicator Bitcoin is still holding up, you guys. It's still holding up. That's the message for today, as well as all of these entries that we have. And it looks like the Clash fam, I was going to say we're going to end the show, but it looks like you're in luck. Rob is going to give you one last gem. Okay. So Clash fam, if you're in the comments, let us know. Holler. This one's for you. Baby Whale Shark, thank you for reposting. Guys, do smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share this with as many people as possible, because there's a lot of gems and we want you guys to win. So on that note, let's look at Clash.
all right, so from last time we talked about Clash, we put these fibs on it last time because we did a strong run up. We are down about 50% from our last time we looked at it. We put this trend line on it, which has stayed in. This trend line on it here. I put alerts on it. We never closed above it. I had no alerts go off on it. I also have an alert down here. And we are looking for that higher low. So nothing's actually changed since last time we looked at it. We're getting that pullback that we said. And that, like I said, I like big pullbacks to buy. That's why dips don't make me sick. Like we said, you can't handle 30, 40, like on a meme coin, 50% pullbacks are normal. You can't handle 50% pullback in a meme, then don't trade memes.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So right here, we're getting down to that 702, and this is the same chart. I didn't change anything. I'm looking for that higher low from here to here, and I'm looking for that full fib retracement. We start holding down there. I'm gonna start entering my position, which we are able to trade on a different spot on BYDFI. We found out. I'm not sure if Megan mentioned that news just yet, but there is a way for me to get it as well too. So I'm waiting for it to get down here or break this trend line right here in order for me to get a position on it. And so luckily me, yeah, that's what I am looking for. Now, once we start holding this position on here, we can stare and pull new fibs on it for the opposite direction. But right now, we're still in that pullback that we talked about last time we talked about Clash. Nothing's changed. It's playing out.
All right, it's playing out, guys. Waiting for those good entries to ride this wave back up, and it could be a pretty good range play here. So, yeah, Clash looking okay. Waiting for those bullish entries. And that's it, guys. Like, this stream is more about like getting you mentally prepared, getting you entries on those bangers that have been posted in the Hive Discord. Again, get in there. The link's in the description below. Get your friends in there. Get everybody you can in there, because November 6th, we're closing it. It will no longer be accessible for free. So, guys, do take advantage of that while you can. It's incredible information that will help you really crush it in these markets, and get your mentality straight. That's all I have to say. Get your mentality straight. Understand all the key levels. These are like mini master classes while we're doing this Monday through Friday. Really take advantage of it. Treat it like it's a course. Treat it like you're, in school and you got to learn. I mean, I would say it's more important than school right now. I know, but really, like, it's really valuable resources. Rob, anything you want to leave them with as we close the stream?
Be open to learn, be open to change things up. Don't be set in just one way. And as a trader, I'm always learning new things in the market. I'm always getting better. And I think to have those goals will be very important.
Yes, absolutely. And guys, stay cool, calm, and collected. We're weathering the storm together. It's all going to be all right, and you got this. So on that note, tomorrow we'll be tuning in again, 3:30. Stay tuned. You never know when we're going to get that bullish news or whatever it is that bring momentum back, or we'll see that pullback. We will be keeping you up to date on it. So hope to see you in the Discord, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Let's do this.